Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Wednesday, Hump Day, July 26, 2023, for the lower 48 contiguous United States, as well as the tropical update for this area as well, for the Atlantic Basin hurricane season. First of all, we're going to start off with that, and we don't have much going on. It's just an area of disturbance coming off the Cape Verde Islands season here. Medium chance of development in 70 days, 40% chance. It's a tropical wave, a couple of 100 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands. Conditions are favorable, like I said, but right now it's nowhere near land. It's no threat to the Windward or Leeward Islands. No threat to any of the U.S. at this time, as it is way thousands of miles east. But we'll watch it over the next 7 days. There's plenty of time to watch it as it makes its way across the far Atlantic. If it does become a tropical depression, first it will become an invest, then a tropical depression, then a tropical storm. If it does get a name, it will become Emily. Emily is next on the list. Right now, we don't have that. There's nothing going on, but there's this area of disturbance that does have a 40% chance of development in the eastern Atlantic. And with the water temperatures being so warm right now over there in that area, 84 degrees or above, it's possible that this could develop if conditions become favorable in the next 7 days. So another week, conditions might become favorable. We'll have to watch and see. Right now, nothing is confirmed and nothing is being shown. No land impact at this time through the next 7 days. So now, no activity in the Eastern Pacific, which is quiet, which is pretty interesting. So that's pretty good. No tropical storm activity is expected during the next 48 hours there, and no activity near Hawaii. So that's great news. Now coming back down to the lower 48, our National Weather Service current hazards, courtesy of them, most of it is also just heat related. Right now we have a huge omega block pattern. That's when we have a high pressure in the middle of the country and blocking, and these ridge runners, these showers run along the outskirts of the high pressure. We had that yesterday, we had that the day before. Today, not so much. It's just that heat bubble that is expanding eastward into the Ohio Valley and also into the Northeast on Friday and Saturday as predicted. So we have an excessive heat watch along the I-95 corridor. If you're coming through Richmond, Petersburg, DC, Baltimore, Dover, Philly, New York, Trenton, New Jersey, all those areas, get ready for excessive heat watches today, Thursday, and Friday, and into Saturday. Okay, we also still have excessive heat advisories in the central part of the country. So temperatures are going to be high in St. Louis, Little Rock, Memphis, Champaign, Chicago, South Bend, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington, Frankfurt, all these areas, and including the heartland, the nation's heartland, from Kansas into Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Omaha. All of these areas, the Quad Cities of Iowa, Des Moines, these areas are going to be experiencing heat that they've never had before so far this season, because it's not going to be that much wind to help them out, to mix up the atmosphere, and it's not going to be that much showers to break this type of heat, unfortunately, as the ridge runners, as I alluded to earlier, has stopped, for at least for today and tomorrow. Now, out west, Phoenix continues to break records. They have excessive heat warnings in Phoenix, Tucson, Oro Valley, Lake Havasu, all that area, Palm Springs, Indio, Beaumont, all that area continues to bake with temperatures above 115 degrees sustained. Now, there is severe thunderstorm warnings continuing for the Santa Monica Mountains here, north of California, LA here, and also, so that's something interesting there. The uplift and those uplift and uprising, orographic lifting, may help to convert some of those severe thunderstorm warning, and those showers, those rainfall weights could be a lot. So you look on our map here, and you see we do have some showers here in the Intermountain West. So south of Denver here, Colorado Springs, picking up some shower. East of Denver, out toward the airport and up toward I-70 toward Nebraska, it's getting some rain. And the Plain States are getting some rain there too as well. And some monsoonal flow is starting to adjust as the winds shift over to the from the southeast, bringing in a monsoonal flow. However, these showers are scattered in nature, as you can see here as I put it into motion, and they are making that general envelope underneath the high pressure here. So the high pressure shifted east, and that allowed a southwesterly flow to come in. So some monsoonal flow, as there are in monsoonal season here in the Four Corners, and that has allowed some showers to come in. That is beneficial rains that does reach the ground. A lot of this is not reaching the ground here in northern Flagstaff, Arizona, and eastern Arizona. A lot of it's virga rain that's not reaching the ground, but still some showers are getting to the ground there. Elsewhere, we have some brief showers out here toward Nashville, Memphis, along that I-40 corridor, Jackson, down towards Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Some showers in Ohio Ohio Valley, once again, the Cincinnati, Frankfort, I-75 corridor. Be careful, 275 coming out there on the perimeter. There's some showers coming through, but the main showers are up here by Cleveland through the Lake Erie Bay there. There's some bowing echo, some bow echoing here, some strong straight line winds, could be from gusts up to 40, 50 miles an hour here, coming out of Cleveland, Erie, through Youngstown, through I-80, the Pennsylvania Turnpike here. So be careful if you're Clearfield, the boys, on through State College here later on tonight. Michigan is getting heavy rain and some showers there from I-94, from Kalamazoo to Jackson, Three Rivers, Battle Creek, Ann Arbor, Detroit. You're picking up with some heavy showers here, and along Toledo as well, Delta, Ohio, and down through the Indiana Turnpike through Delta and Toledo, Ohio, and extending eastward. These showers will continue to march eastward into Canada, Ontario as well. You're picking up on rain, and elsewhere, everyone else looks quiet. Down in Florida, we have some showers. These showers continuing to bring for the East Coast and West Coast sea breeze, as you can see, meet right here in the middle in the Everglades here. So some heavy rain is supported around Cape Coral. If you're coming along I-75, Port Charlotte, Cape Coral, Cayo Costa, Naples, be very careful here. These showers rotate on through here, and down through Miami and Powell Springs. But this is welcome rain for them because they've had high humidity and excessive heat warnings for the last couple of days as well. So as we transition to the radar scope, you can see we do have some showers, some warnings here in North Dakota for hail, up to 3/4 inch hail here in North Dakota. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue in Michigan here, Cass County and St. Joseph County in southwest lower Michigan. So we're in Dowagiac, down toward Three Rivers. This about 30 minutes left in this warning here near Dowagiac. 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Like I said, these winds are coming in, straight line winds are coming in. So you want to be careful about that if you're in this Berrien, Cass County area, in the Three Rivers, Michigan area here, along the lake shore here. Now, we also have a severe thunderstorm warning in New York and Pennsylvania as well, in Ohio, for some of these cells here that are pushing through. Like I said, these cells are pushing through south of Cleveland and Akron, Ohio. So Youngstown, Ohio, there is some cells here that are pushing through here, south of the lakes, and these all have hail up to 3/4 inch here south of Erie, Pennsylvania. There's a very strong line of storms here, and most of this has to do with straight line winds. No tornadic activity here. I can show you the correlation coefficient here, and you can see it here better. You can see there's not anything lofting aloft in the air, and the velocity product here is showing that, yeah, it's pretty much straight line winds here. There is a little bit of rotational here, a broad rotation around Warren, Ohio, just to the north of Youngstown, but there's nothing really coupling or anything to prompt any warnings, just severe thunderstorm warnings for these straight line winds that will be coming in very fast. So just be very mindful of that. Your typical summertime thunderstorms here in most of the places out here in these areas here. So zooming on out here, you can see that batch, and I showed you the batches of other rains there, and we have some other little warnings here in Canada, and also some warnings in the Dakotas here for these cells here. This particular cell here is very strong in Pierre, South Dakota here. It does showing signs of this expires in 25 minutes. It does show signs of golf ball size hail and 70 mile an hour wind gusts. So if you're in Pierre, please go take your car indoors in the car garage or in the carport, because golf ball size hail can cause damage to people and property here. And this is 70 mile an hour wind gusts. It's moving. This expires until 7:45 Central Daylight Time. It's moving east-southeast at 20 knots. And this has have a huge hail core in it, as you can see denoted by the purple in the middle of this cell here. So if you're in Pierre and that area there, you want to be able to take cover, because this cell is producing hail, not tornadoes, but it's a severe thunderstorm warning for hail for Jones County, Stanley County, Hughes County, and Lyman County. You want to be able to take cover for that, as it's producing super hail there, and it could have possibility here of rotating updrafts. As you can see, there is a coupling there. There is a not strong coupling, but there is a coupling of the reds going away from the radar, green toward the radar. And I'll zoom in here. You can see that coupling there, right there, as it moves along that hail core there, and the rear flank RFD, the rear flank downdraft. So we have to be very careful. We'll watch this closely to see if it gets tornado warned. But right now, golf ball size hail and 70 mile an hour wind gusts is the primary threat. So this is your weather forecast and outlook for today and tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel at weatherguru.com. I'll talk to you very soon later. Bye bye.